So Adobe have just joined in on the AI wave by releasing their Adobe Firefly generative AI product, and it's actually really good, and I think this definitely is going to take the world by storm. Something interesting also about this product is that they have a do not train tag for creators who do not want their work used in future AI generation models. So I guess it's actually protecting the artists as well. So it's definitely very interesting to see how they're going to do this. Now, we need to get right into this because a lot of this stuff is very interesting. So essentially, we're going to watch this quick trailer and I'm going to show you every single feature, and then we're going to go into detail how these features are going to impact the current state of the Creative Cloud and why this is actually so interesting. One of the first features that we can see right here is that you're able to change the composition of an image by a simple text prompt. Now, as someone that uses Photoshop, you have to understand that this is something that is very difficult to do, especially if you're a beginner. Now, what you're about to see is that when I click play here, they just simply say change scene to winter. They click generate and it immediately changes it. Now, what's also cool about this, okay, and this is something that is much better from Photoshop and Adobe that we're getting that other image generators don't have, is you can see right here that we're getting simple changes. You can see that there's many different compositions that we can actually choose and pick from, which means that this is going to be very effective. We can see 1, 2, and 3, and this is something that the user interface is just allowing users to be much more creative. You know, software like Midjourney and software like DALL-E 2 are a little bit more confusing to the average user because you have to fine tune and tweak things a little bit differently. But with here, you can see right here in Adobe Firefly, all you need to do, click these 3 things and get your stylistic outputs. Then if we continue, you can also see that, you know, we also do have this right here. Now, this is essentially a brush feature. Now, if you don't know what this is, essentially in Photoshop, sometimes you want to paint something and you want to have a different brush. Now, creating these brushes is very difficult, guys. This is something that people do struggle with, and you can see right here, you can simply create a brush from something that you're already using, and I'm going to get into every single one of these. As you can see right here as well, you're able to change the texture of, you know, certain products. I'm not entirely sure if this is just in Adobe's new 3D software or if this is in Photoshop, because we do see it rotating. And this trailer, I do want to just point out that the stuff does go by very quickly, and I'm going to get into every single point in further detail. And here, this is something that is really cool. You can see you can add water. See, there's already something like this in NVIDIA, by the way. So this isn't something that is completely new. And of course, this one is really cool. I do think that this will disrupt Canva, because you can see right here, it said generate template from a mood board. So that is something that is really cool. And then right here, they just added a bunch of stuff, and that was just an image of the official bird. Now, this one is really cool. So as you guys can see right here, you can have certain things in an image, and then you can highlight that image, and then you can generate variations like that, which is so cool, guys. And this is just scratching the surface of what is capable with Photoshop. Then we also have, okay, you guys can see as well, this is why it's so good, is because it merges it seamlessly. So you can see, like, at the background here, it all looks perfect. So there's no real, you know, distortion between it. And like I said, guys, the user interface is very simple. You've got your refresh button, you know, you've got your refresh button right here, and then of course you've got your 3 different things that you can use. Very simple, very easy to use, and I think that this is going to become the main thing that people use when it comes to generating AI images, because of how easy it is to use. So as you guys can see right here, generate an underwater city in outpainting. I'll show you that this is a feature in Photoshop, but it actually does lack. So yeah, you can see also generate variations for this sketch. So this is actually very useful if you're someone that ever designed before. Generating variations from a sketch is crazy. So this has more application than just Midjourney, and this says generate textiles, and you can generate textiles, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do that. So this is also really cool as well. It offers a training your model feature, which is going to be really interesting, because that means you're going to be giving it your own data. And it says describe what you want to create, and this person wants to create, you know, my headphones in a studio, and yeah, that's really crazy. So it says my headphones outdoors, and that's crazy, guys. So you can literally input your own images and put them somewhere else. So I think that's going to be one of the biggest features, but let's get into every single feature individually. Adobe did recently just announce was text to image, and this is something that we've recently seen. I think you know, Bing now has it, you know, Midjourney, DALL-E 2, Stable Diffusion. There's many of these, so I won't cover this in too much detail. But what I will say about this, the reason that I will say that this is so much more interesting than previous image generators is because if we take a look at the right hand side here, you can see that it says styles. Now, this means that this is far more effective than Midjourney and other ones, because you can see right here that a user using this website can simply select the content type. Okay, you can see that it's a photo or a graphic or a piece of art, and this is something the average user isn't going to understand. Now, I'm not someone that understands every single art style, and I'm pretty sure that everyone doesn't, but you can see right here that they have many different popular styles that you can simply use without having to, you know, have the knowledge of these guys. You know, prompt engineering is something good, but what if you don't know every single art style, but you see one and you like it? You can simply click you know, click digital art, or you can click neon, or you can click chaotic. You can change the color, you can change the tone, you can change the lighting, all of these in one app, in a beta, which is in beta right now, which is really cool. Okay, and you can see right here that once you change it and you change the landscape, you can see that by changing it, you know, and the movements, you can also see right here as well. It's just far more effective than Midjourney, because, for example, in order to do something like this in Midjourney, guys, what you would need to do is you need to change your prompt, write it in a certain way, add a bit of effects, you know, you need to add like some weights. It's just very hard to do unless, you know, you're a bit of an advance. And I'm not going to say that this is just some amazing software and Midjourney is horrible, but I do think that this is far more easier to use. And you can see right here that they've literally just added some concepts, the lighting, and instantly they've got some better results. So I do think that this is going to be easier, because you can see right here that this just simply allows you to have your tags at the bottom. And I personally, if I was someone who was creating, I would definitely find this much easier to use. Now, there's also some other stuff that I do want to show you that was just revealed at the event, and it was definitely very interesting. So as you guys can see right here, it says portrait of a person in an art studio with you know, plants and the sunlight. And you can see right here, guys, that what's crazy about this, this honestly looks pretty insane, guys, because we can see right here, okay, and this is something that I didn't even realize when watching this, but you can see right here we've clicked art, and then as the person in the demo shows us, okay, as they've gone over, they've now clicked to photo, and we can now see, guys, that they've literally generated these photorealistic images, and these look far too realistic, but it's just absolutely insane, guys. So this is just pretty much crazy that this generative AI works this well. And what's cool, guys, is you're now about to see that you can simply just change aspect ratios right here. Now, aspect ratio is simply how big and wide the image is, how tall and wide it is. So for example, on your phone, you know, this is what your phone is, and then of course when you flip your phone, that is what your phone is too. And of course this is just an aspect ratio for maybe Instagram. So if you're creating content and you want to use it for something, this is far more better, because, guys, like I said, in Midjourney, you have to know exactly what is what. And someone might not recognize 9:16 or 16:9 as widescreen. They might just not know. But when you see the images, you know, okay, this is full screen phone. This is, you know, something for like a YouTube video. This is something for like an Instagram. This is for like a portrait picture. So this is far better. And what it shows us here as well, guys, and this is only 12 seconds in, is that, you know, it does it really well. It already does have this feature in Adobe. You can simply change what this person is wearing. And I know you can do this with other AI software as well, but this is truly good, guys. This is just like, I mean, this is so perfect. Now, what's also cool here, Adobe does have some minor features like this, which I will show you later on in the video, that it does have that people don't really know because they just don't really use it that much, that I do use. But you can see right here that you can literally, you know, make it smile more, you know, open eyes, and just all these subtle things, guys. You know, if Photoshop wasn't already good enough, like there's a lot that you can do with Photoshop, but the thing now is that this is going to make the average person really good at Photoshop. So it's going to really close that skill gap. And you can see right here, generate an image of sunlit living room with a modern furniture with a large window. And you can see right here that it generates many different styles. And these look like, honestly, guys, I'm not going to lie to you, these look far better than anything I've ever seen. So it's definitely scary to see what this is running on, because I'm not sure what it's running on just yet, but I do know that it is powered by NVIDIA. So that should give you some context with as to what it is. Now, this is really cool here. I think this is going to be very limited, because this is 3D to image, and 3D is definitely very hard. But within the beta that they have, they do show off some very effective things. So with 3D to image, and honestly, guys, it wasn't the thing about this Adobe thing. It wasn't just one thing. In fact, I need to show you this. They released so many different things, guys. You guys can see here, in painting, personalized results, text to vector, text to pattern, 3D to image, extend image, text brush, sketch to image. Like, they released a lot of stuff in one, guys. So it's definitely going to be pretty crazy. But anyways, let's get back to this. You can see here, okay, so they take a random shape or a model. Maybe you're going to be able to upload your model, and they take a random shape, and then essentially what you can do is you can convert, let's say we got this shape right here that you can all see. Then we can convert this to a castle on a grass hill. So it'll take that, take your prompt, and then, you know, do something with that. So let's see exactly what it does. You can see exactly how photorealistic this is. So this is something that is truly insane, guys, because this is photorealistic. Like, if someone showed me this picture and was like, this is somewhere in America, somewhere in the UK, I would be like, yeah, it probably is. Definitely a strange build, but yeah, it definitely looks real, although it's a weird shape. But this is truly photorealistic, guys, and this was generated fairly quickly. So a castle dessert, and this is something you can see right there that it created you know, a dessert in the shape of a castle. So that's also really cool. So with 3D, it's going to be really interesting to see what gets created, and this is where I think Canva dies. I know this might seem crazy, and I know Canva did steal some market share from Photoshop. If you don't know what Canva is, let me just show you quickly. Essentially what Canva is, and I'm just showing you this because I want you guys to, I'm essentially showing you what Canva is so you can understand why this is so disruptive. So essentially what this is essentially a platform where you can quickly design things, okay? And I don't know if they're going to be adding AI stuff. They do have an event coming up very soon, as you can see here in the bottom left-hand corner. But you can basically create some stuff very quickly. You can, let's say, wanted to create an Instagram story. You click this. Then, example, you go over here. You click this, and then you just simply edit this, and you say the AI grid, and then boom, you've got your poster. You just edit the image, and it's really cool. I'm not gonna lie, that is very good. But like I was saying, with AI, you can just simply say make a birthday poster, and boom, you have a birthday poster. Just like that, guys. And then with this, it's her 6th birthday. They then generate this, and you can see right here that it shows it updates to her 6th birthday. So this is going to be very disruptive, okay? Very disruptive, and so interesting, because I think that this is going to just take the world by storm. And of course, this is even crazier, guys. You can input the image. This is something that you can't actually do in Canva. You can actually input the image, but this actually does it in a very good way. So this is going to save so much time, guys. Imagine just inputting an image and saying it's her 6th birthday, and boom, you have exactly what you need. Like, this is crazy. Like, imagine just inputting an image and say I need a logo design or a web page design. It's gonna really potentially make a lot of people faster, but definitely eliminate a lot of jobs, I would say, as well. So also what's here, dress the dog in this, then also, you know, put it in front of a gingerbread house, something that other software can do. And this is also another image generation. This is going to be truly insane because vectors are very hard to create. But you can also do text to vector, which is going to be absolutely incredible, because vectors are very hard. Midjourney doesn't do vectors. There are some websites which do vectors. There is a website that does do it. But if Adobe manages to pull this off correctly, it'll really change the game, because essentially what vectors are, different to images, is that you can scale these infinitely, which means that they can never lose quality. So it's really cool. Now, this right here, combining photos, is actually really cool because this is going to make things a lot creative. I'm definitely going to give people a lot of creativity. And the next thing here, there's one last thing that I really do want to talk about, which is really crazy. So this is insane, because I recently used an AI image enhancer, and it was scarily good. Like, it was like almost, you know, just, I don't know how it knew that those details were there. And you can see right here that when you upscale an image, trust me when I say, guys, what you're seeing right here, stuff like this isn't fake. I know you guys might think, they just pixelated it and unpixelated it. It's not fake at all. I've seen some basic websites that can upscale AI images with ridiculous speed. So essentially what you want to do is go to the main page and just click request access, and then you just simply enter your details. And I'm not sure when they're going to release the beta. I know some people do have it, but I do think it was the select few. But yeah, this is definitely going to be insane. You can see that they released so many different things, and inpainting is kind of already in here. You can essentially kind of do that already, but it's definitely very interesting, guys, to see how quickly this is all going. And I think this will be definitely the biggest AI tool used by anyone in AI with regards to image generation, because the amount of stuff that you can do with this is going to be off the board. So if you did enjoy this video, leave a like, comment down below, let me know if I missed anything, and I'll see you on the next one.